you can just give us a brief, what do you do and what's your business like?
Okay. So I have a very unique business, Rahul. I'm in the business of creating happiness. So how we do that is we have holistic wellness techniques, and we work on the overall person, whether it is their mental health or physical health. So primarily we serve in the sector of wellness, and we work on the entire person. We resolve problems of mental health like anxiety, depression, um, stress, self-esteem, whatever. And we also help in physical health. We help in pain management. We through improving postures and how they use their body. So all of this falls under the realm of one subject, which is known as movement therapy. So that's what we really do. We help people to become healthier, more productive, happier. That's what we do.
So how does, someone's movement help in those scenarios? I mean, from mental health to physical health.
How does movement help in mental health? So the human body is designed to move. So if I give you a phone, right? And I say that this is this generation or this technology, it has certain functions it can perform. आप बोलोगे कि इसका ये कैमरा है, ये इतनी पिक्सल का है, इसमें आप इंटरनेट चला सकते हो, नहीं चला सकते, जो भी. Similarly, there are certain functions that the human body can naturally designed to perform. One of the natural and the basic properties of human body is movement. और आजकल because of the way we are living, we're sitting too much. तो movement होती ही नहीं है. जब movement physical नहीं होती, it brings changes in the brain. That changes induces mental stress. It builds up, right? And through movement we release that. So for example, if you sit for too long, right? एक तो आपका मेटाबॉलिज्म ड्रॉप करता है, उससे आपका ब्लड प्रेशर, आपका डायबिटीज, आपकी पूरी केमिस्ट्री चेंज होने लग जाती है बॉडी की. दूसरा, द ब्रेन इज जस्ट डूइंग वन थिंग. तो वन पार्ट ऑफ योर ब्रेन बिकम्स मोर एक्टिव, द अदर पार्ट, योर लेफ्ट पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन बिकम्स मोर एक्टिव, राइट पार्ट थोड़ा सा डल होने लग जाता है. क्योंकि इसका डिजाइन है टू गेट अप एंड मूव अराउंड. हम लोग हंटर गैदरर्स से आए हैं ना. वी आर नॉट डिजाइन टू सिट इन अ चेयर. तो दूसरी बात है, कुर्सी में बैठने से आप अपनी बॉडी की वो इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट यूज ही नहीं करते हैं जिसमें कि आपकी बॉडी फ्री रह सकती है. तो मसल टाइटनेस डेवलप होने लग जाती है. मसल टाइटनेस फिर ब्रेन को सिग्नल भेजती है कि और भी कोई प्रॉब्लम है. तो स्ट्रेस आपके एनवायरनमेंट से भी आता है, स्ट्रेस लैक ऑफ मूवमेंट से भी आता है. सो मूवमेंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इसलिए भी है क्योंकि ब्रेन में जो लर्निंग का सेंटर है और मूवमेंट का सेंटर है वो सेम है. इसलिए आपने देखा होगा लोग घूम घूम के याद करते हैं चीजें, जल्दी याद आ जाता, चल के जवाब याद. So your mental health and your movement are very, very deeply interlinked.
So you talked about stress, you talked about environment. If you see current environment, everyone has to work from home and there's a lot of stress in terms of their business or their jobs, as well as the current generic scenario. So what are your thoughts, especially with people, nowadays on both the things, stress and environment?
What are our thoughts on stress and environment?
So the kind of people now, the kind of work they are doing is generally work from home, right? And it's a different level of stress because they have to manage both home as well as work sitting at home itself. It's a different environment, it's a different kind of stress they are facing. Along with it, there is a psychological stress of business not doing well or jobs, going away. So what are the kind of, issues people are coming back to you?
Okay. One of the issues that people are constantly coming back to us is कि जब हम work from home करते हैं, we are sitting on sofas, we are sitting on beds, so they are getting backache, neck-ache, shoulder pain. So there are a lot of people coming up with physical pain because of bad posture. So that is one thing we resolve. We help them to improve their posture. Second thing is that there is because there is suddenly work from home, there are no boundaries. There are no time boundaries. Earlier, Rahul, there were time boundaries that अब आपका office close हो गया है. Offices don't close now. So an employee is constantly is reachable. Therefore, they're actually working much longer. They're getting tired. They have more fatigue. Lot of screen time. Everything is online, virtual. So much of screen time, it overstimulates the brain and it just tires them out. That's one thing. Insecurity of job. So in the emotional realm, there is, in financial area, there is insecurity of jobs. And there's already a lot of work, then there is insecurity of job. They can't say no. Even if they want to say no, that I am tired, they're hesitant to say that. They want to retain their jobs. Then they're overworking. So mental stress, fatigue, anxiety of money. Then everybody living in the same house, much as much you want, you love everybody. Beyond a time, too much of proximity is also causing a lot of stress. A lot of people are not able to meet their friends where they share and express their feelings. People are not able to go out to their favorite places to relax. They're all housebound. So all of this, the emotional, physical, financial, all kind of problems people are coming to us. But mostly they categorize it under two categories. One is physical pain or mental pain, stress. That's all they call it.
I just wanted to understand that with what kind of, how has your business been impacted because of lockdown and COVID situation?
So Rahul, in our case, the work has gone up. We actually have a lot more work than before because mental health and physical health are both primary concerns today. 2-3 things have happened. People who used to come for physical sessions, they don't need to travel now. So they're okay with taking a virtual session. People had a lot more time on hand. So they had enough time to do their movement lessons with us. That sector really shot up for us. Then on the other hand, as I said, we work in mental health and physical health both. So everybody with pain and those kind of conditions, postural issues, they increased, and mental health really increased, especially in the young adults. And due to the unfortunate passing away of Sushant Singh Rajput and of course 1 or 2 more celebrities, suddenly the vulnerability of our youth has really come up. So our work has actually gone up, and I am working far more in number of hours than I used to work earlier. And then the second challenge was, Rahul, that we work as experiential coaches or facilitators. We call ourselves facilitators. So everything happens on a very one-to-one and physical space. Converting all of that into a virtual content was a challenge. So we're working definitely overworked, if you ask me. We are the ones who are overworked.
So interesting situations always throw up interesting scenario.
Yeah.
And that's what it has led things for you, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean, I'm quite happy, especially for you, because a lot of people are facing difficult situations, and in fact, your work has increased. It's so good to hear, isn't it?
Yeah. It's,
so how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
No, you tell me. I am actually grateful in some ways. I wanted to say this, that while it saddens me that this is happening, but at the same time, I am grateful that a modality like ours, a holistic wellness like ours, is available so that people are not taking medicines. People are not resorting to antidepressants. They are able to use natural ways of resolving their problems. For that, I have a lot of gratitude.
So what's the kind of revenue change you have seen over the last 2-3 months since when the lockdown had started? Especially in terms of percentage, how much it has increased?
So in March it was very high for a certain reason, right? We almost shot up by 30%, right? Then it went down a little bit more. Though we had more clients in the following months of April, May, we also reduced our prices. So that brought down the percentage of revenue by 25 or so. But the number of clients increased.
So the client base increased, but that was more like a strategic decision rather than anything else.
That was strategic, absolutely strategic. Right. Yeah. So what we brought down our prices, and primarily because people are not traveling and knowledge transfer is a little more tougher virtually. So that's the reason. But our client base increased.
Very nice. So with so many people coming to you, because of their mental stress, and which are basically born around that their jobs are gone or they don't have much of revenue coming in, right? Mm-hmm. So what are your suggestions that people should be taking care of, then should be having an alternate source of revenue also? What do you think about that?
I think it's always good to have an alternate source of revenue. always good, because life is unpredictable, right? And so I can give you an example of one of my own cousins who's an engineer and he turned a singer. And today he's a very cheerful kid. Today he posted on Facebook that since you should always have an alternative source of revenue, I think I'm going to take up modeling also. And though it was meant as a joke, but I seriously think it's very important to have another source of revenue. You may have investments, for example. I think investments are one of the safest things, because if given work, you can handle one profile, but investments are something you can just sit on a computer and do nowadays. You don't have to do too much in it. You have to educate yourself. So yeah, definitely needed.
So you talked about investments. Mohita, you talked about investments, right? What do you think that, people lack, especially when it comes to knowledge gap, when it comes for stock market investments? So what are your own personal thoughts around it?
Okay, so I am your best bet on this, because I was brought up saying that you don't need to discuss money. There is no need to discuss money, and there are, my father used to handle everything. So Rahul, you'll be surprised to know that I didn't know how to write a bank slip till I was 25, because my only experience of going to the bank was taking whatever papers my dad would give me. I would go directly to the manager, because dad knew him. While we had our Coca-Cola or our Fantas, तो सारा काम हो जाता. So I had absolutely no clue what to do with money, if you ask me. Then later on I started realizing that this is necessary. So lack of knowledge, training, you need to start training your children right from young age, not to just earn money, right? But to make your money work for you. And this is something one of my banker friends taught me. She said that we must make every penny work for ourselves. Literacy on money is very important. We teach them profit, loss, fala, wala, everything in school. But we don't actually teach them banking. We don't teach them investments. So when a child gets his first salary, I think a brilliant idea is to teach him how to invest that money somewhere so that it grows. I think the lack of knowledge, understanding how the world of investments in shares really operates, it's made out to be a very complex science. So can somebody simplify it for me? Can someone tell me how I can handle it?
It's a quite interesting topic that you know your own business in and out, but you can find it quite difficult even if you have to invest your own set of industry, in different companies which are listed in stock market. For example, let's say I have a pharma company or I run a pharma company, right? I have got my manufacturing setup. In case I need to invest in a certain pharma company, because there's the one industry which I know, let's say in and out, right? And if I just go and start finding those good companies and invest in those shares, would be a beginning point at least for me. And that's where I think a lot of gap comes in, that people are not able to just see the micro or the macro level as well, isn't it?
So what you are really saying is that if I have money and I want to go and invest it, but obviously I want to keep my money safe and make it grow. यही दो काम होते हैं ना हम लोगों के, राइट? तो मैं कहाँ से शुरू करूँ? मैं वहीं से शुरू करूँगा ना जहाँ I feel safe. So you want me to, what you're really saying is go to an industry which you know, find out the better stocks in that industry and invest there.
हाँ, क्योंकि आपके लिए एटलीस्ट वो एक स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट होगा, एंड वहाँ पे लोग काफी लोग उसको भी मिस आउट कर जाते हैं. दैट्स द होल पॉइंट आई एम सेइंग.
एक चैलेंज मुझे और आता है in terms of investment is when I go to the banks, especially these private banks, which are these bada banks. The sales rep over there or whatever, whoever is your customer rep, they end up telling you such complex things, not knowing where you're really coming from in terms of are you really into investments and all that, it totally baffles a person. So much as much I want to make an investment, everything sounds so complex to me that I just back off. Like, okay, I'll go and ask somebody. So for example, you and I have a common friend who's a financial consultant, Tejinder, right? So in the last many years, 1.5 years since he's taking sessions with me, he makes he breaks it down into small bits, and he makes me understand from my business. And now I've started understanding what he has been saying because he makes it simple. So having alternate source of income is paramount. There are no tools about it. It's always good. And an alternate source of income and shares and investment is a brilliant idea, because you may have properties, you may have businesses, but over age, you may not want to run and look after the property. You may not want to keep going to office all the time. And shares and investment is something you can do from a laptop anywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you can do it till you're 99 or 109, right? So because we work in the field of health and happiness, I always say that you should live to be 109. So that's something I definitely, and that's something I really want to learn also for myself.
That's quite interesting, Mohita. That was good, discussion with you around your business as well as your thoughts around stock market investments. That would really help us a lot. Thank you so much for your time and your efforts.
You're most welcome. I'm glad this is opening up, and I want to share here that of the last 2-3 months, I've been really thinking of learning investment and learning how to invest my money, making it grow. Like my friend taught me that, do you know how to make? So, Rahul, what happens in the household or what happens in your business? Let's take an example of Gharelu. We use every bit of resource. You get 2 liters of milk, right? Okay. God forbid it turns sour. तो क्या करती है हमारी मदर्स? उसका पनीर बना देते हैं, ठीक है? पनीर बना देते हैं तो उसका पानी निकलता है, तो उसके पानी का बटर मिल्क का आप आटा गूंद लेते हैं, नहीं तो आप उससे चावल. We don't waste anything, right? But we don't know what's happening with our money. कहाँ leaks हैं? Where are we overspending? It's those small investments that you made and you don't even know what to do about them. That is where I think you need to start understanding money like that. That's how I understand it from a very simplistic point of view. Can I make every penny work?
And that's where the whole thing lies around, that the money should work for you rather than you working for your own money, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So for me, since this thought has been coming up, I'm very intrigued that you actually asked me to speak about it, because nobody asked me to speak about money.
Generally होता यही है कि आपसे सब आपके business के बारे में पूछते हैं, but when it comes to a topic like this, people are quite afraid to talk about it because they don't understand it fully, isn't it?
I want to bring this up, and thank you. Yes, we are afraid to discuss money. At least in the middle class families that we are, we don't discuss money because we think it brings ladai jhagda. So if you're talking too much about money, you're not probably very well brought up, right? Or it brings there's a sense of distaste, a sense of great I don't know if we call it superiority or what, but we say children don't discuss money, right? The way we talk to our children about money is the mindset they develop about it, and then money barriers build up. Then you're afraid of discussing money.
Absolutely, yes.
You go into guilt if you shop for yourself. You go into guilt if someone comes and gives you money and says, "Hey, you know, paise extra." So I think that is a mindset we would really like to explore. 1, make your every penny work for you. 2, what are your internal conversations about it?
That was quite interesting, Mohita. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.